What's going on YouTube? Craig the Travel Zombie here. And right off the bat, I want to take a second to apologize. In our last video, I said that it wouldn't be too long between videos going forward. And unfortunately, I was wrong about that. Unfortunately, the minor health issues that I was experiencing continued a little bit longer than we expected them to. So I had to take a little bit more time away. But as of today, as you can see from the fact that we're both here, we are back. And before we get started, I want to thank one person in particular. Now, they asked me not to shout them out, but I do feel like they should at least be acknowledged. And so I'm going to acknowledge it, but I'm not going to name them. Someone, a viewer of this channel, decided to be kind enough to sponsor today's video. So they are paying for my ticket to the Musical Instrument Museum strictly because they're entertained by the videos on this channel. And so to that person, you know who you are, thank you. And now let's head in. Apparently the collection here is so big that your first instruments are before you even walk into the museum itself. These are called a ting-ting, which translates to slit drum. They're made of breadfruit wood and paint, and they're carved from entire tree trunks. They come from the island of Vanuatu, I think is how that's pronounced, and are played for ceremonial dancing and communication between villages. And the faces, the carved faces, represent ancestral spirits. These are beautiful. Look at that. This is a video that I've been really excited and anxious to do for a long time. They have so much cool stuff in here. So let's go ahead and let's head inside. Music is the language of the soul. I think it would be fair to say that we would all agree with that. Okay, so I just want to be realistic with you guys and transparent and let you guys know that they would not let me into the gallery with my normal camera. So today's vlog is going to look just a little bit different because I'm shooting it on my phone. Music follows the pathways of human movement. For nearly 1,500 years, camel caravans along the Silk Road connected Asia with the Middle East and Europe. Some of these, this is a plucked lute from 1970, and look at how beautiful that is. All of these instruments are so beautiful in their own unique way. And right out of the gate, we find the Randy Vosti Guitar Gallery. And when I say that these are beautiful, look at that. How gorgeous is that neck? This guitar is called the Puppeteer. So, I can't believe that they actually have this. They have John Cena's guitar here at the Musical Instrument Museum. The air guitar is played around the globe. World championships are held annually in Finland. Let's go and check out the mechanical music exhibit. paintings on these are immaculate. And now it's time to see Apollonia, the largest instrument in the entire museum, and they're actually going to play it for us.
The Musical Instrument Museum and to the Mechanical Music Gallery. My name's Andrew, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about our giant dance organ here, Apollonia. All the instruments in this room, by the way, the Mechanical Music Gallery, can play themselves. And this one behind us behind me, is the largest one of its type that we've got, and it's actually the only one that we demonstrate.
All right, what do you say we start in the United States and Canada? This drum kit was made for Dennis Wilson and used at the Beach Boys studio in the 1970s. Okay, this display actually has me wishing that I'd brought along something that I have at home, because I actually have a locket that contains a piece of that very stage right there inside of it. And I have all the documentation and everything. This drum set, from Oak Lawn, Illinois. As you guys know, I'm from Joliet, Illinois. Doug Cosmo Clifford played this drum set displayed with a Ludwig snare drum and paste cymbals with Creedence Clearwater Revival at the height of the band's success, including its headlining set at Woodstock. Wow. Arlo Guthrie and David Crosby played acoustic 12-string guitars at Woodstock. It was only the second time that Neil Young had performed with Crosby, Stills, and Nash. And then here, rock icons Carlos Santana and Pete Townshend each played an SG special at Woodstock. Santana played Saturday afternoon, and The Who started its set at 5 a.m. Sunday. And that guitar has quite the history. Played by Keith Richards, Joe Perry, and Mike Campbell. And to match the clear guitar played by Joe Perry, this is a clear drum set played by Joey Kramer between 1973 and 1975, when the band hit its early prime. Released in 1975, Toys in the Attic remains one of Aerosmith's best-selling albums. One of many exhibits that I came here to see on an Arizona native, Alice Cooper. This is his mirror suit, worn on 3 world tours, displayed with severed head used in the guillotine act and cane used during encores of Schools Out. Now, I actually have a cool story regarding an Alice Cooper severed head. So, I've mentioned a couple of times on the channel that I have some unbelievably cool friends. And one of them, the city of Chicago, was doing a screening of, forgive me, but I forget which Wayne's World movie Alice Cooper was in. But she was invited by the city or somebody to bake a cake in the shape of Alice Cooper's head. And she got to cut it and eat it with him. Look at all of this. And there's one of the stage props from School's Out. The Cortez High School yearbook formed to parody the Beatles. The Earwigs debuted at their 1964 school talent show. In 1965, they became the Spiders, then the Nas, and finally, Alice Cooper in 1968. Okay, so I just have to show this. This is Hank Thompson's nudie suit and his electric archtop guitar. And if you don't know what a nudie suit is, you're looking at it. They were made by a Ukrainian-American tailor. And pretty much all the major country stars back then wore them. Here's another example of a nudie suit. And right here, we have a CP70B electric grand piano used on stage by Waylon Jennings' touring band. Electronics amplify the sound of acoustic piano strings. And if you haven't seen it yet, I also did a video at Waylon Jennings' grave that I'll leave a link to in the description. And this is much more my era of country music. In the 2 decades after their first hit in 1991, Kix Brooks and Ronnie Dunn became the highest selling duo and most awarded of any act in country music history. Brooks and Dunn. And this right here is what we came to see. The Randy Vosti Artist Gallery. And right in front of us is one of the most impressive instruments they have here. Prince's Purple Piano. Prince used this custom finished grand piano during the Jam of the Year tour from 1997 to 1998, following the release of his triple album Emancipation. And look at that. Amazing. The fact that we can get this close to the instruments used by some of the greatest artists in history is kind of mind-blowing. And probably the main reason I wanted to come here. The Man in Black. There's his Grammy for Best Male Country Vocal Performance of 2002 for Give My Love to Rose. Oh, and now they're playing Walk the Line. You guys can't hear it because it's playing in my headset, but yeah. And this is Johnny's stage suit from 1984, worn in numerous performances, features embroidered acorns and oak leaves. And the guitar is number 1 of 200 His personal instrument played in live performances and on American 3 through 6 albums. Wow. And of course, you can't have Johnny Cash without June Carter Cash. This is a custom auto harp made for June Carter Cash, 1929-2003, rest in peace. Daughter of Mother Maybelle Carter and wife of Johnny Cash. And there's the pics. And here's a band that is very much from my era, Maroon 5. This guitar is gorgeous. Featuring LED lights inside its clear acrylic body, this guitar was severely damaged after Adam Levine tossed it in the air during a performance. Look at that. A 19-inch cymbal. Stingray 5. What a collection. And here we have the original Queen of Pop, Madonna. Madonna played this Rickenbacker electric guitar through this portable pig nose amp during her first public performance on the sidewalks of Manhattan with bandmate Dan Gilroy. And it's signed. These are some of her first instruments. Doesn't get more historic than this. My friend Willie is gonna love this one. This is an L37 model acoustic archtop guitar, owned and played by John Denver. Denver composed this old guitar in 1974 after he was reunited with this guitar. And here we have Roy Orbison, his gold record for Pretty Woman, handwritten lyrics for Pretty Woman, his Grammy for Pretty Woman, and this, his ES-335 Dot electric guitar, used by him in A Black and White Night. His supporting band included Bruce Springsteen, Tom Waits, Elvis Costello, Jackson Browne, and T-Bone Burnett. And here we have an exhibit on the Wailers, which of course featured Bob Marley. And the Nitty Gritty Dirt Band. You and me going fishing in the dark. Look at all these harmonicas. On loan from Andy Summers himself, this exhibit on Andy Summers and the Police. This is his stage outfit and his Fender custom Telecaster that he played during the Police's 2007 reunion tour. It's a replica of the guitar he used with the Police from 1977 to 1986. And over here, the handwritten guitar sheet music for the song Every Breath You Take. He recorded it in one take. And now, for one of the biggest acts in the history of music, Elvis Aaron Presley. Here we have his fatigue shirt that he wore from 1958 to 1960, and his DA 15-volt amplifier, purchased by him while he was stationed in Germany and brought back to Memphis upon his return in March 1960. This Gibson J200 was used during Elvis's 1968 NBC TV special, Elvis. And right over here, we have a telegram sent by Elvis and Colonel Parker to the Beatles before their debut on The Ed Sullivan Show. It says, "Congratulations on your appearance on The Ed Sullivan Show and your visit to America. We hope your engagement will be a successful one and your visit pleasant. Give our best to Mr. Sullivan. Sincerely, Elvis and the Colonel." And this is a two-piece stage outfit worn by Elvis at the International Hotel performance, Las Vegas, Nevada, July 31st, 1969. Okay, it's actually kind of amazing that they have this. This is Elvis's Martin D28, played during his final live performance in 1977. You can actually see the Martin guitar logo right there. And they also have a video showing some imperfections. And I'm going to see if they'll translate for you guys. There's a crack right there in the center of the screen that they had to repair. And here they have Elvis's Golden Globe Award. Elvis on Tour Presley's final film included rehearsal footage, interviews, and performances from his 15-city tour in April 1972. It was the only one of his films to win an award. And now, a display on loan from a woman born December 13th, 1989. That's right. We are here to see things from Taylor Allison Swift. And right here, we have the Country Music Association Award. Fearless got Album of the Year in 2009. If you're a fan of the Fearless era, this is for you. Swift wore these wardrobe items on the Fearless tour, and the dress appeared again in the official music video for Antihero in 2023. And she played this guitar during the Fearless tour, which drew more than 1 million fans across 15 months. Incredible. It says that this jacket from the Reputation tour featured interchangeable patches for all of the cities, 36 of them, on the tour. And this guitar, this custom guitar was played during the acoustic set of Swift's record-breaking Reputation Stadium tour in 2018. Wow, what a time that was. So I had done a little bit of research before we came here, and so I had an idea of what was here, but I didn't know about just about all of that. I didn't know that they had a full display on Woodstock. And so I really, really wish that I would have brought that locket with me today. But there's a lot here. We were here for 2.5 hours, and we didn't even see half of what they have to offer. So I think we'll be back again in the future, and we won't focus so heavily on the artist gallery this time, the next time rather. But we will definitely be back here, especially for such an incredible price of only $20. This place, if you ever come here, just know they advise about 4 to 5 hours to see everything they have. So if you're interested, keep that in mind. And if you're new here, make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, it is free, and hit that share button, and stick around so you don't miss another video. And with that, I must bid you all adieu and say goodbye and good night.